Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andy and today we're going to find out if we can push Foma100 to ISO 3200. Yes, you've heard right, that's a 5-stop push, and let's figure out if this gives any type of usable results. If you're new to film photography, pushing film usually means that you shoot a film at a higher ISO than the box suggests. For Foma100, this is ISO 100, and what you usually do is you underexpose the film and you develop it longer to compensate for this underexposure. For my pan, for example, I really like to rate at an ISO of 400, stand develop it for an hour, and it gives me really nice results that really resemble this old triax look. Today we're going to try to do it a bit more extreme, because I was asking myself, why stop at ISO 400? How far can we go? So my goal for today is pushing this film to ISO 3200. I've metered the scene using my handheld light meter, and then I focused, and the only thing I changed was the shutter speed. I then developed the film using Rodinal 1 to 100 for an hour, discarded the old developer, added a new one, and let it sit for another hour. Let's look at the results. When we start with the results, shooting it at box speed and developing as I described earlier, we get absolutely overexposed negatives. The detail in the shadow is still there, but everything that is a bit brighter is just completely gone. If we expose at ISO 400, things start to get a bit better, but it's still too bright, which makes sense. I basically doubled the developing time that I usually would use. If we do a 3-stop push, so we expose it at ISO 800, things start to look quite good. It's still really bright, and there is still a lot of details in the shadows, but also the highlights start to come back. If we expose it at ISO 1600, this seems to be basically the sweet spot for it. So there's still a shadow detail, although the contrast starts to get a little high. There is details in the highlights, and generally the images look really pleasing. If we increase the ISO for 1 stop more to ISO 3200, everything starts to look a bit muddy. The shadows get crushed, so there is not much detail anymore. Once it gets dark, everything starts to be black, and the highlights start to be white very fast. There's just not much in between. The contrast is quite strong. I added 2 more examples. If you look at the details in this coffee machine, there is just a lot of black, a lot of white. There's not much in between, but the images are really usable, which I think is impressive, keeping in mind this is a 100 ISO film. Also, in my last image, I just want to show you it is still very usable. The contrast is high, which was to be expected, and please ignore all the dirtiness on these negatives. I just wanted to develop them fast, so I didn't put all the attention that I could have. And what you can see that in the earth here, for example, there's not much detail left, but still the images are really usable. And keep in mind, this is a 100 ISO film pushed by... I wanted to show you the last experiment. If you expose it at 6400, you can already see there is just not much left. You will get an image, yes. Is it usable? Yes. But you really start to see where the limits of this film are. If you like this experiment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more weird film photography tests, and let me know in the comments what's the most extreme push you have ever done. And let's see what we do next time. Maybe we'll pull it to ISO 5. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye bye.